Never take my sunshine away, sunshine away. Never take my sunshine away, sunshine away. Never take my sunshine away, sunshine away. Never take my.
Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to NXT with NaJee. You guys already know what time it is. We are a part of the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka The Whip Show, and also a part of BodySlam.net. Y'all, you know what time it is. It's here. It is here for the third time together. We are covering Stand and Deliver, y'all. I'm so excited for this. I was supposed to have Fatherless on the show this week, but due to me working the night shift, I kind of had to move some things around and our schedules just didn't work out. So I wanted to make sure I kept my promise and still brought you guys my predictions. It is 1:46 in the morning in Las Vegas right now. I got out of work at 1:30, came right home and got this all set up for you guys so that we can make sure we make this prediction happen. I'm thrilled, man. I First of all, the thing that's kind of different about this Stand and Deliver is that it's not attached to WrestleMania. I know a lot of people are a little upset about that. I think Sol Ruka actually was in an interview the other day where she said that, yes, a lot of the talent, especially the new talent, was really upset that they couldn't go to Vegas and be there for the big, gigantic week that is WrestleMania week. But at the same time, there's a lot of people in the locker room that also understand why it happened. Little backstory behind that before we go into the predictions. So last year, Stand and Deliver was at 9 o'clock in the morning, Vegas time, 9 in the morning. And then it got over around noon. People had maybe a couple hours to kind of get to where they needed to get to before WrestleMania started. And as a fan, it was exhausting. Like, I was so tired by the time Saturday was over with. So I can only imagine what it's like for the talent. And plus, it gives them a better opportunity at a bigger stage with more people and a very intimate crowd with just the NXT fans there who aren't so like dead from going to a SmackDown the night before or something like that. But that's also something that Sol said as well, is that people were being very understanding about it because they understood that it was supposed to, it's more to benefit them than anything. So shout out to that. Shout out to Mr. Stone too for becoming the official NXT GM. Great guy, man. He interacts with me a lot on Twitter too, which is cool. Like, I love the fact that like NXT is so much about the fans now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But all right, y'all, it is time. We are going to go into these matches, baby. It is time. But first, I'm going to have to throw that up there first. Wow. Stand and Deliver. Look at that beautiful thing. We got 7 matches on the card tonight. Technically 6, but the 7th match is going to be on the countdown. And that is what we are going to jump into first, ladies and gentlemen. We have a 5v5 pre-show match during the countdown with Birthright. You got Stacks, you got Dempsey, you got Grace, you got King, you got Uriah versus this, well, random, but like well put together team. I feel like Eli Knight is kind of like hella awkward in the middle of this photo. But you got Ren Sinclair, our brand new speed champion. You got Shiloh Hill, love that dude. That's my brother for life. Eli Knight, and then you got Hank and Tank. I'm telling you, you put Hank and Tank anywhere near Shiloh Hill, it is gold. Gold, gold, gold. But like I said, interesting match on paper. Everybody in this match has kind of had their beef with each other somehow, some way. I will say I'm very much looking forward to like the Ren Sinclair of now going against Grace. And I know they wrestled before and different things like that, but both of them are on a way different level than what they used to be the last time they faced each other. I can't even tell you when that was. And if they haven't faced each other, then either way, we get to see it for the first time. God, I got to give a shout out to Stacks. Stacks is, I think, on the best run of his career. I know it took a while. Last year around this time is when he did the ultimate turn on Tony D, and we've all kind of just been waiting to see where he fits in. He still is technically the Heritage Cup champion, even though it got retired or just disappeared. So he's still technically, a champion, a holder. So my prediction for this match, I think I'm going to go with Birthright. And the reason I'm going to go with Birthright is because I think it's a brand new faction. They're just now starting to get that buzz and get that wave. And the other team is not a real like group. You know what I'm saying? So like them losing makes more sense than Birthright losing. If Birthright loses, it derails everything that they've been trying to do for the last like month or so to build this faction up to make them seem like an actual threat to the tag championships, to any championship. So I'm going to make my first prediction of the Stand and Deliver event during the pre-show. I'm going to say Birthright takes it. All right, Birthright, you guys got my vote. All right. We're going to move on to the second match, which is technically the first match that we're going to talk about on the actual Stand and Deliver card. This one felt right to talk about first because it's like a dream match for Miles, truthfully. Like, and even for me, like just even like as a friend of his, like I think that's so awesome that he's getting a chance to go against somebody like Gargano, who was literally such a gigantic staple in NXT. So Gargano's been down this like little sad path ever since Tommaso's been gone, and he's just been crying everywhere. Even in the gauntlet match that got us to this match, he came in for about 20 seconds, got punched, and then laid there for 90% of the match. When Shiloh was down, Candice pushed him onto the pin. It was pretty funny. But afterwards, Gargano was basically like, "Oh, I got my fire back. I am Johnny Wrestling. This is the place that made me. I helped make this place." As much as I want to say that this is the return of Johnny Wrestling to NXT, don't derail Miles. Don't stop this man, dude. Like, don't stop him. Let him get close to maybe a record. Maybe not tying the same as like Ethan or Oba, but I mean, even why not? Truthfully, why not? Why not let it be Miles? But I do think this is going to be a gigantic match for Miles. I think that Johnny Wrestling will end up putting Miles Bourne over, and Miles Bourne will retain his title going into the brand new year. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Sorry, some of these are going to be a little short. It's just always weird for me to just kind of talk to myself. Usually that's why I have guests on, so that the conversation can expand things outside of just my opinion. But it is a prediction episode, and that's what it is. But yeah, I do have Miles Bourne walking away and retaining, getting a major win for his career, something that he's going to be able to talk about forever. And say I'm wrong and Johnny wins, keep this feud going. Keep it going. We need to keep making sure that Miles gets the respect that he deserves. Great guy. All right, next match. Next match, we got Tatum Paxley against Blake Monroe for the Women's North American Championship. Story behind this, we all know about the controversial loss of the title from Blake. Blake's been on a mission to get it back. Tatum has literally fought her own demons, brought her own demons, used Shiloh as a GPS stalker. I don't know. Stalker, I don't know how to say it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's late, remember. It's very late here. I'm sleepy. But Tatum's had such a good year. Tatum's won the Women's Championship. Tatum's won the North American Championship. I almost want to say that Tatum's ready for a call-up. I know we don't see her on TV that much. I know we don't get a chance to – I know we see her on TV all the time now, but for a while we didn't. And that's probably a big question mark to a lot of people as to why I say that she's more than likely going to be main roster soon. I think it's a perfect fit for her. She can only beef with Izzy for so long. Blake is definitely about to be the face that runs the place when it comes to NXT, and I believe that title is going to be hers. So I am going to make my prediction that Blake Monroe will walk out with her title, and she will be a two-time Women's North American champion. And all due respect, all love goes out to Tatum Paxley for the run you've had, for the year you've had. I'm excited to see what happens after this, if that does end up being the outcome. All right. So now we're going to move on to the next one. Next one, we got Los Dominicanos against Swipe Right, Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes. It's tough. I'm going to start off by saying I think I enjoyed watching Vanity Project chase the titles more than have the titles. It's believable, obviously, because they're great. They're really good at what they do. They're indie gods, if I must. But Los Americanos, they're so over at NXT. They're so over at AAA. I think that it would be quite the swerve and quite the surprise if Los Americanos ended up winning these titles, because they don't really talk much. So there's not going to be like crazy promos or anything like that. But I do think that them having NXT titles and taking them to AAA and having them here, and maybe even showing up on the main roster with them like the New Day did, if they win, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Plus, it would add more to the Americano legacy. So my pick, I think I'm going to go with Los Americanos. They were the odd ones out. They kind of got thrown into the tournament. They've been winning. They've had a lot of fun winning. They've been cheating, obviously. So now you're going to see two teams that will do anything to win go at it. And I think Los Americanos walks out, and that leaves the door open for Vanity Project to start chasing the titles again and get more involved with, say, OTM and all the other tag teams again. Because right now it's kind of like a little weird standstill for me. These are just my opinions, people. All right, so I got Los Americanos walking out of Stand and Deliver, your new tag team champions. Now we're going to go to the next match. This one right here, this match right here, should have been the main event. I've had so many different conversations with people about it, how they think that Soul or Zarya should have won that title. I would say this would be match of the night, but Kendall Gray's on the card. Just saying. Like every time that woman is in a match, beautiful things happen. But that is not the topic of this match. This match right here has been building up for a whole entire year. Ever since Zarya got punched off that ladder by Soul. Remember, Soul took the first shot. Everybody keeps trying to come. Well, everybody was originally trying to come at Zarya until a couple weeks ago when Soul really got to talking about how she felt and kind of gave us a little hint at a heel turn there. But personally, Soul's had the best year of her career. Soul has been acknowledged by basically everybody. John Cena handpicked her to be on his last match card. Zarya deserves to be in the spotlight too. And that's how I feel. I'm Team Zarya. I'm going to admit it. I love Soul to death. Unbelievable athlete. But I think that this is Zarya's night. Last year was Soul's night. This year is Zarya's night. I expect, I'm guessing here. I think even though we kind of got a small heel turn from Soul, I feel like it's going to happen in this match. Like the actual turn is going to happen either in the match or after the match. My prediction for this is that Zarya walks away with her head held high and her hand raised, and Soul is going to crash out afterwards. And I think that's the turn that Soul needs, especially before she gets a call up. And I think that's why she's still in NXT and didn't get immediately called up, because everybody has to have at least a heel run before they go. That's how I know Kalani's on the way. And she's doing the best work of her career. But guys, please let me know. You guys Team Soul, Team Zarya, Team Zaruka still? Like you're hoping they make up at the end? I don't see that happening. But Soul's already had her time to shine. Soul's already got everything set up right in front of her already. She really doesn't have too much left to prove, like nothing. And I think this is Zarya's match to prove the world that she is still that same psychopathic beast that we all knew before she got here. Because they've kind of been holding her back a little bit. So let's see if they let her loose. I got my winner, Zarya. Let's go. Big Za, Big Za. All right, now, here's my predicted match of the night. This is it. I know it's not going to be the main event. I wish they put it there just like I did with Zarya, but this match right here is going to be match of the night. I don't see how it doesn't. You got Lola Vice versus Kendall Gray versus JC Jane for the women's NXT title. JC Jane has had the greatest year of her career as well. Very similar to Soul. JC has been patient. She's been around NXT forever. She's literally helped create superstars. She's been a big chunk of factions. She's literally the leader of the best faction in NXT right now in Fatal Influence. Then you got Kendall Gray, who has literally set the world on fire, and I fucking told you she would. Sorry for cussing, but I did. I've been telling you guys that since the first time I've seen her wrestle. I've never seen anybody from what I'm trying to think of, wrestling transition into this kind of wrestling and make it look so damn good, dude. I'm laughing because now everybody's tripping because Dave Meltzer said that Kendall's going to be the biggest women's superstar ever, blah, 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 blah. It's like, dog, I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all laughed at me. And now y'all are like, oh, Dave Meltzer might be on to something. Nah, bitch. I said it first. Anyways, Lola Vice. Also been around NXT for a long time. Literally the queen of the underground match. Hasn't won a title yet on NXT, though. She's been there for years because she was there before I even started going. And I started going 2.5 years ago. So I'm interested in seeing how this is going to go. Like I said, match of the night, high action, nonstop action, a lot of heavy hits. Every single person in here throws a back fist, a back elbow, back something. People are getting knocked the hell out in this match, and it is going to be crazy. But as much as I would love to rock with JC on this one, and I would really love to rock with Kendall on this one, I believe it's finally time that they pull the trigger on Lola. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Lola Vice wins this title. And Lola Vice gets her NXT moment. And it's gonna be beautiful. I feel like it's gonna be controversial. I feel like a lot of people are gonna have something to say about it because everybody's got their stocks in Kendall right now, and JC Jane's fan base is also very strong and heavy too. So who knows? Who knows? But my pick is Lola Vice. She was finally going to get her first title for NXT. I believe it's time. Shout out to everybody in this match. I'm telling you, match of the night. At me when it happens. All right. Last match, the main event. The main event of the night for the men's NXT championship. You got Joe Hendry retaining against Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, and Tony D'Angelo. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch and a very hard match to bet on. That's going to be my kind of like the way I'm going to go into this one. Because everybody in here has something that we can get out of them from being champion if they win this match. You know what I want to say, but I'm not because I'm trying to be respectful. But like, so Ethan Page and Ricky Saints are literally like the best. Like, God, we didn't have Ricky as a heel champion at first, but like, if he were to be a champion now, I think it would be a hilarious run. Same thing with Ethan. I feel the same thing about both of them winning this match. That regardless if it's Ethan or Ricky, it'll be gold. It'll be gold anyway. Tony D is on a completely different level right now ever since he came back. Literally just all business, no time for games, no bullshit, just straight to business. He knows what he's here for. He knows what he wants, and I think he's going to get it. Joe Hendry's been champion. It's been a good run. I just think it's been just a little stale. You guys already know how I feel. I have no like negative things to say about Joe. I'm just still waiting for that one big moment. Just for me personally, I'm still just waiting for that one big moment where I'm like, fuck yeah, like that's Joe Hendry. So this it should be very interesting. It should be hard hitting, just like the match before it. But I do think that Tony D is going to reach God level here. I think Tony D is going to reach God level, and I could see maybe, I want to say Ricky eating the pin. As much as I don't want to like admit it because I love Ricky to death, I could see Ricky possibly eating the pin here from Tony D, and then that leads into a program with Ethan and Ricky, which they've already kind of been hinting at, which it almost seems like Ethan's getting ready to turn into a babyface. Because right now he seems to be the one more conflicted about what Ricky's doing instead of vice versa. But that is my prediction. I got Tony D walking away with the championship. Those are my predictions, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you had a good time listening to me ramble on by myself about who I think is going to win and why. And shout out to every single person on this card because all of you deserve it. And shout out to the locker room because we all know this card's going to look completely different next year. But every single person is going to show up and they're going to stand and deliver. As cheesy as that is. But yeah, you already know. It's your boy NaJee. Thank you guys so much for being here. NXT with NaJee, a part of the Whip Show Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka The Whip Show, and also a part of bodyslam.net. It has been another amazing year rocking with y'all. We're getting ready to kick things off with a brand new year of NXT, starting off the next time you guys see me. Please feel free to, leave your predictions underneath this video. Comment, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, NXT with NaJee. Subscribe to Whip Show. Subscribe to Body Slam. You guys know how it is and how it goes. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, it is now 2:05 in the morning here. I definitely would like to go to sleep. I just wanted to make sure that I got you guys this video and got you guys this prediction episode. So you guys take care. Enjoy Stand and Deliver. We are NXT. I'm out of here, y'all. Until next time. See ya.
Never take my sunshine away, sunshine away. Never take my okay, stress, I feel, I guess can be revealed. My daughter's key, be real. Your lies you can't reveal, you know my pride. You hide, no reason left to cry, no reason left to die. You finally feel alive, okay, let's go.